In the grand tapestry of human history, few empires have left an indelible mark as profound as the British Empire. A complex mosaic of exploration, conquest, and cultural diffusion, its trajectory invites scrutiny into the question that echoes through time. Was the British Empire the largest in history? To unravel this enigma, an intricate exploration of the empire's formative years, its ascension to global dominance, and the nuanced interplay of geopolitical forces becomes essential. The seeds of the British Empire were sown during the Age of Exploration, a period characterized by seafaring expeditions and the quest for new trade routes. In 1600, the East India Company was established, emerging as a formidable player that would catalyze Britain's economic encroachments into the lucrative spice trade of the East Indies. The acquisition of territories in the Americas soon followed, with settlements such as Jamestown in 1607 and the establishment of the Plymouth colony in 1620. As the 17th century unfolded, Britain's imperial ambitions intensified. The Navigation Acts of the mid-17th century sought to consolidate control over colonial trade, providing a legal framework for economic exploitation. The Glorious Revolution of 1688 not only solidified parliamentary supremacy, but also laid the groundwork for a more assertive imperial policy. The Treaty of Union in 1707 united England and Scotland into Great Britain, fortifying the geopolitical foundations for colonial expansion. The 18th century witnessed the British Empire undergo a transformative metamorphosis, fueled by the relentless gears of the Industrial Revolution. Economic prosperity burgeoned, and with it, the empire's maritime supremacy burgeoned. The triad of trade, industrial prowess, and naval dominance became the linchpin of Britain's ascent to global preeminence. The pivotal 7 Years' War, 1756 to 1763, marked a zenith in Britain's quest for dominance. A global conflict, it witnessed Britain and France engaging in a chess match across the continents. Emerging victorious, Britain secured expansive territorial gains, including Canada and various territories in India. This triumph not only solidified Britain's claim as a global power, but also laid the groundwork for subsequent imperial endeavors. The 19th century bore witness to the zenith of the British Empire. The industrialized nation became the workshop of the world, with an empire on which the sun never set. Economic imperialism, epitomized by the opium trade in China and the exploitation of India's resources, further fueled Britain's ascendancy. The construction of the Suez Canal in 1869 solidified its strategic position, connecting the Mediterranean to the Red Sea and facilitating maritime access to its jewel in the crown, India. The cartographic expanse of the British Empire encompassed a kaleidoscope of territories, cultures, and landscapes. From the jewel in the imperial crown, India, to the vast expanses of Canada and Australia, the Union Jack symbolized dominion over disparate corners of the globe. The governance of these territories varied, from the direct rule imposed on India to the more laissez-faire approach in the self-governing dominions like Canada. In India, the British implemented the doctrine of lapse and annexation policies, consolidating control over princely states. The Cape Colony in South Africa became a crucial stopover point en route to India, while the Caribbean sugar plantations and North American colonies fueled the empire's economic engine. Wars played a defining role in shaping the contours of the British Empire. The Napoleonic Wars, fought from 1803 to 1815, not only curtailed French ambitions, but also solidified British naval supremacy. The Treaty of Paris in 1783 marked the end of the American Revolutionary War, recognizing the independence of the United States and altering the geopolitical landscape of North America. The 19th century witnessed a series of conflicts in Africa, such as the Anglo-Zulu War and the Boer Wars, reflecting the imperial scramble for resources and influence. The scramble for Africa in the late 19th century saw European powers carve the continent into spheres of influence, with Britain securing territories like Egypt and Sudan. The 20th century, however, marked a turning point. The two world wars exerted immense strain on the empire, and the post-war era saw a wave of decolonization. The Indian Independence Act of 1947 led to the partition of India and the creation of Pakistan, marking the beginning of the end for the British Raj. In traversing the expansive chronicles of the British Empire, it becomes evident that its claim to being the largest in history is not merely a question of territorial expanse. The intricate interplay of economic exploitation, naval supremacy, and geopolitical maneuvering solidified its status as a global colossus. Yet, the legacy of the British Empire is nuanced, marked by the echoes of exploitation, cultural assimilation, and the inevitable tide of decolonization. As the 20th century unfolded, the British Empire, for all its grandeur, could no longer resist the winds of change blowing across the globe. The process of decolonization gathered momentum, culminating in the dismantling of imperial structures and the emergence of independent nations. In retrospect, the British Empire, with its sprawling dominion and multifaceted legacy, remains an integral chapter in the grand narrative of human history, prompting reflection on the nature of power, the dynamics of empire, and the inexorable march of historical forces.